Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to postseason softball here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Andy Pollock and the coach, Kevin Fisher, here tonight. Is this regional first-round game between the Centennial Jaguars hosting the Marshalltown Bobcats. And, Coach, tonight is really a story of a very young Marshalltown team versus a very seasoned Centennial team.
Yes, when you take a peek at the roster, Andy, you can see up and down the line that there's not a senior on their roster in Marshalltown. And a lot of freshmen, some even 8th graders in that lineup. And then you got Centennial on the other side with some younger kids in the lineup, but also some seasoned people that have been at the state tournament already, and also some very experienced seniors out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one tonight from a Centennial perspective. This is going to be a Marshalltown team that comes in with 16 wins out of the Iowa Alliance Conference. So some of the competition they've played, not quite the same caliber as what Centennial has played. However, they've taken care of business lately, especially.
Yeah, when you look at the games played and through the season, you kind of see that progress. And then here in the later part of the season, they've come on strong and looking to present a formidable challenge to the Jaguars here tonight.
So we were wondering here tonight who we would see for Marshalltown in the circle, and they've got a couple different pitchers, but it looks like that we will see the older Carson Price, Price coming in, the lefty. They have a lefty and a righty, and Price is a lefty, and I still will believe it when we see it. We may actually see both of them between Carson Price and Briley Danielson. Danielson, we're told, throws a little harder, but Price at 5-12 on the year with a 5.54 earned run average, and she doesn't throw quite as hard, but we would expect a lot of movement out of her pitches, and it's just different seeing it come from a lefty. So we are going to be set to go here with our Signorama starting lineups here very soon as Coach Brett Delaney and Coach Jason Bowers meet in the circle. Signorama Ankeny is your full-service sign and graphics company. They design, produce, and install all types of interior and exterior signs, graphics, vehicle wraps, and more. Signorama-Ankeny.com. And now we go to our public address announcer, Randy Vogel.
Field in Ankeny, Iowa. Tonight's Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Class 5A Region 4 semifinal game. They're out of the Iowa Alliance Conference. They have an overall record of 16 wins and 23 losses. Against the home team on the scoreboard, Ankeny Centennial, out of the Central Iowa Metro League. They have an overall record of 28 wins and 9 losses. The winner of this game will advance to play the winner of the other semifinal matchup in Region 4 between Dowling Catholic and Waukee next Tuesday for the right to go to Fort Dodge the following week as one of 8 teams vying for the Iowa State High School Softball Championship. We ask that all sportsmanship towards our umpires, our coaches, and our players. Now let's meet the starting lineups for each team. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Marshalltown Bobcats. Leading off for the Bobcats, number 1, the center fielder, Gianna Bowney. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 5, Kate Sandvik. In the third spot, wearing number 31 and playing first base, Emma Stuck. Batting cleanup for the Bobcats and playing second base, number 10, Lainey Danielson. Batting fifth and playing third base, wearing number 15, Riley Danielson. In the sixth spot and playing left field, number 22, Kennedy Feldman. Batting seventh for Marshalltown, the designated player wearing number 25, Bella Avis. Batting eighth, the catcher wearing number 4, Ava Kusaro. Batting ninth and playing right field, number 16, Aubrey Munt. And in the circle tonight for the Bobcats, she's the flex player wearing number 20, Carson Price. The Bobcats are coached by assistant coaches Dustin Peterson, Haley Pollard, and Dan Taronis. The head coach is Jason Bowers. Now the starting lineup for the Centennial Jaguars. Leading off and playing third base, wearing number 12, Abby Starr. In the 2 spot and playing second base, wearing number 1, Cora Boyle. Batting third for Centennial and playing first base, wearing number 25, Jordan Kennedy. Batting cleanup for Centennial, she wears number 11, plays center field, Maddie Ott. Batting fifth, the designated player, wearing number 4, Jessica Lathrop. Batting sixth, the shortstop, wearing number 3, Peyton Drefke. Batting seventh, she's in the circle tonight, wears number 6, Lauren Sandholm. Batting eighth and playing left field, wearing number 19, Mary Brantley. Batting ninth and playing right field, number 14, McKenna Vallejo. And our flex player tonight behind the plate, wearing number 26, McKenna Foster. The Jaguars are coached by assistant coaches Ashley Allen, Corey Bennett, Franny Burnett, and Sammy Miller. The head coach is Brett Delaney. The umpires for tonight's game are Arnold Kruko, Tim Fredrickson, and Steven Jensen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please join us in direct.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, you also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones!
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Andy Pollack, Kevin Fisher with you here tonight as we are set for postseason action. It's finally back, Fish, and this is what you work for all season long. Get to this spot, and fresh start for everyone tonight.
Yep, everybody's at 0-0 right now, aren't they? You know, every year you sit there and you try to work throughout the season and build your team up to get to this spot, and now we're here, and just like a summer softball game should be, it's nice and hot outside. And good night for softball.
The goal all season long is just to get to playing your best ball at this time of year. The Jaguars, winners of now 3 in a row with a couple dramatic wins over Urbandale to end the season just earlier this week. A couple walk-off wins in that, and you hope this is a team that is finding its stride right now at just the right time. And on the flip side, Marshalltown, they've won 5 in a row. 4 of them happen to be against Hoover due to a rainout. They had to play them back-to-back nights and doubleheaders. So 4 of those wins against Hoover. Marshalltown, we mentioned, coming in with 16 wins on the season. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of Dowling and Waukee. They're playing tonight. We will have score updates from that game as well tonight as we move on, and that will be with some phone-ins that we will have from over there. So we look forward to having that later on this evening and let everybody know what's going on there. We'll also have updates from the Ankeny versus Waterloo West game. The Hawkettes and the Wahawks going at it tonight in different versions of the Hawks with that one.
A lot of different versions going on.
Yeah, in the state of Iowa. I just saw a thing the other day, and it was Division I mascots used around the country for high school mascots, and I was surprised that Hawks was there was only like 5 of them, but it was Hawkeyes that they were looking at, and then there was no version of the Hawks. As in Iowa ourselves, we'd have many versions of that for in Iowa. So Marshalltown will lead off with Gianna Bowney, the lefty, is hitting .339 and gets on base 40% of the time on the year. Bowney, a sophomore, actually one of the older players here for Coach Jason Bowers in his second year with Marshalltown. Bowers, a longtime assistant at East Marshall, coached a lot of youth softball in the Marshalltown area, and when the job came open, they talked him into giving it a whirl. And here he is tonight down there coaching at third. A little rise ball there from Sandholm, and that makes the count 0-2 early on here. So the 0-2 count right now to Bowney. Sandholm goes low and away. Our game day health men's forecast tonight, it is a hot one, like really, really hot. And we've got a wind blowing, kind of pushing the ball foul in left field at about 8 to 10 miles an hour. Game day men's health has been a huge help for me as I've now lost over 70 pounds as they try to get me healthier now that I'm in my mid-40s. And it's been awesome. I feel like, as they call it, the fountain of youth. So go down and see them down in the district. There's a ball fouled off by Bowney. And the count even at 2-2. Jaguars here in their all-white uniforms tonight. That's something that's always been interesting to me. Every other sport has a defined what the home team wears, what the visiting team wears. Both teams in white jerseys tonight. I was talking with coaches ahead of the Ankeny and Waterloo West game. They're both wearing all black tonight down there at that game. So, yeah, not great for TV when you with everybody wearing the same color. There's a swing and a miss. Sandholm puts the first batter down tonight. And up next will be Kate Sandvik, and the strikeouts may come a lot harder now against Sandvik.
Yeah, she is a definitely tough out to look at her numbers throughout the season. She pretty much hits everything that comes her way, whether it's in play or actually it's a caught for an out or a ground out or a pop out.
Our home plate umpire has something. Oh, the door is open over by the Marshalltown dugout. Get that push shut. Really nice crowd here on hand. Really nice crowd. Wow. Summerfest going on in the district, and we've still got a huge crowd here. Everybody will be heading down there after, and they go inside on Sandvik right away. Sandvik, like you mentioned, has only struck out once all year long, and I was told it was looking, and it may not have been a strike. Is the words I got.
We'll call, yeah. We hear she's just a great hitter, from the left side, and can kind of do a little of everything.
Freshman shortstop. We will likely see a lot of action her direction here tonight, and been told she is a treat to watch. Here's the 0-1. They go way outside on her that time and miss a little bit out there.
Just off the plate there by Lauren Sandholm. Umpire saw just softball outside, but I'd keep trying to test that spot.
She is really crowding the plate right now. Her left foot is on that line, that inside line here on the left-handed side of the batter's box. 2-1 right now, the count to Sandvik. Couple freshmen going at it here. Lauren Sandholm, the starting pitcher for the Jaguars, just a freshman. There's a swing and a miss. Sandholm goes on the outside corner. Couple freshmen that I imagine we will be hearing a lot about throughout the course of their careers.
Yeah, well, just a young team. That's great. They're getting good experience right now already as their freshmen or as ninth graders, so that's just going to build upon that for the next several years.
That pitch just misses on the outside, loads up the count right now to Sandvik. Full right now. See what Sandholm goes to. Outside and a little bit high. And Sandvik draws the one-out walk. Sandvik mentioned her batting average is over 400. Her on-base percentage is closer to 500, so she finds a way. And now they bring up their power hitter, Emma Stupp, and she's a tough one to get the ball by as well, batting .462 on the year with 10 home runs.
Yeah, you see this top of the order here, pretty front-loaded with Marshalltown.
Sandholm jams her with that first pitch to get ahead in the count. Lauren's done a nice job here against the first three batters of working up. It'll be 0-1 the count right now to Stupp. Stupp will be the first baseman tonight for the Bobcats. Jaguars, battery is Sandholm and McKenna Foster. Addie Starr at third. I'll get to the rest here in a second. There's a pitch that's just a little bit low to Stupp. The shortstop is Peyton Drefke, second base, Cora Boyle. Jordan Kennedy, the hard-hitting sophomore, at first. And we'll get to the outfield here after this 1-1 pitch to Stupp. Stupp fouls that one in off the hands. Out in left field, Mary Brantley, a junior, Maddie Otta, sophomore, in center, and McKenna Vallejo, the senior, in right. Jaguars defense has played very well here lately after a couple hiccups to start the year, but all those are done now, pushed out of the way now that the playoffs have started. And Stupp wants a timeout here in the box. 1-2 the count right now to her from Sandholm, staring directly into that northwestern sun. And that's in on the hands as well. Lauren really working in on Stupp.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that a second ago. I really like how she's moving the ball around already so far. And Stupp, yeah, she's definitely been working inside, but on all the first couple batters here, she's got some good movement with the pitches.
Here's the 1-2. And there's a strike three called on the upper outside part of the zone. Sandholm with her second strikeout of the night.
Great job there by Sandholm. Like just a second ago, she was working in, then she went back outside and got the call there on the outside corner.
Second baseman, number 10, Lainey Danielson.
You see a good look at Sandholm there, getting set to go with her next pitch. And that pitch to Lainey Danielson, one of the two Danielson sisters here tonight that will be playing. Lainey is the elder of the two. She'll be playing second base tonight. A little off speed from Sandholm, and she's quickly in the count, ahead in the count, 0-2.
Great to see the Jaguars maybe get through this inning fairly quick. You know, no matter how many times you play in the postseason, it's always maybe a little bit of nerves, when you get out there in the first inning.
There's a little off speed as well on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Make Danielson think about it just a little bit. Sandvik is the runner over at first for the Bobcats. There's a swing and a miss. Sandholm strikes out the side as we head to the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, 0-0 as we head to the Jaguar half of the first here on Centennial Digital, driven by...
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, Jaguars will head up with Addie Starr, Cora Boyle, Jordan Kennedy. We want to be sure and thank Christy Morrissey with Guaranteed Rate. Christy, instrumental in helping us get these postseason games on. Great to have her on board, just over there, not too far away. So over on Ankeny Boulevard, it's good to have her with us here tonight. But as we get started here around the infield, we've got Carson Price and Ava Kusero are the battery tonight for Marshalltown. Price, the lefty, comes in at 5-12 with a 5.5 earned run average. Addie Starr, however, recently has been moved up to the leadoff spot for the Jaguars, and boy, what a move it's been. Addie Starr just crushing doubles all the time as that first pitch is in the dirt.
Yeah, she's just been kind of on fire here lately, getting that extra base hit going, and probably rightly so. Coach Delaney has moved her up towards the top of the lineup, see if they can get a jump start right away.
17 doubles on the season, batting .395 and gets on base 45% of the time. And that's a ground ball over to shortstop Sandvik as she throws it across the infield. A big stretch over there from Stupp, and they do get Starr out the first time. And usually that's a good sign for Starr because you're going to look out for her the rest of the game.
That's right, yeah. She'll come back in again later on, so just be aware.
Cora Boyle now batting .361 on the year with a .395 on base percentage. Here with one out in the bottom of the first. Jaguars going to have to be patient at the plate. That pitch is right at the knees and caught the outside corner just barely.
Cora had to step out there for a second. I don't think she thought that one was in the zone at that point, but time for a little adjustment.
There's the adjustment. She puts it over there to Sandvik again off the hop, and Sandvik 2 for 2 on her end. Couple quick outs for her.
A good scoop there by Sandvik. Makes the
Boyle
play.
grounds out to Sandvik on the short hop. Fine
Pretty
play
natural over there
by
for
the
the
shortstop
freshman.
for out number 2. Now hitting the first baseman, number 25, Jordan Kennedy.
And now up comes Jordan Kennedy. And Kennedy, captain of the all-tournament team a year ago. Hard-hitting sophomore. Her first pitch is on the outside corner for strike one. Kennedy bats .468 and has 11 home runs for the Jaguars. On-base percentage of close to 600. And she's protected in the order by Maddie Ott. That one's upstairs to Jordan.
Just gonna say it's nice to have 11 home runs and know that somebody behind you has got a couple more than you do.
Yeah, Maddie, yeah, with 13. Maddie Ott, the walk-off 3-run bomb the other night to beat Urbandale. 1-1 the count right now to Kennedy. She gets a hold of that one and puts that out of the power alley, and it's going to slide past Munt in the outfield. Kennedy heading towards second, and Kennedy with a double.
Just another good piece of hitting there by Jordan Kennedy going opposite way. Not trying to pull it. Ball's a little bit outside, and she just drove the opposite way and finds herself on second base.
That's the piece of Jordan Kennedy's game that has improved so much this year. And we've come to the point with Jordan, we just expect a home run every time. But we've seen, if you look at a spray chart for her, you can't place it. That ball has been all over the outfield.
Yeah, you nailed it exactly. And, I just love to see how she's moving the ball around the outfield in her hits.
Ott pushes that one down the line, and that's going to drop. Ott, she's going to be thinking 3 right now as Kennedy comes around to score. Ott is rolling through second. She's going to come all the way into third with a 2-out triple.
Wow. Maddie just leaves off where she started left the other night. Starts off with a triple down the corner. Just another good piece of hitting by Maddie Ott.
And now the hot hitting Jessica Lathrop steps up to the plate. Lathrop batting .383 right now, but as of late, that batting average has been skyrocketing as she leans all the way over the plate. Lathrop puts that one out into the gap. That's in the power alley. Lathrop will be thinking too as she rounds first, heading to second. Lathrop in there now. 3 multi-base hits for the Jaguars with 2 outs.
This is what the Jaguars are looking for right away. I think, you get that momentum going into the postseason. You just want to keep it going. It doesn't matter who you're playing, what night you're playing. You know what? Just come out there and do what you've been doing here lately and just keep it rolling.
For the Jags, the shortstop, number 3, Peyton Drefke.
So you see Peyton Drefke there. Good look at her. As she comes up to the plate, Drefke, a senior, has been starting for 4 years for the Jaguars. And what a 4 years it's been. A state appearance, a state runner-up, a state championship. Just an outstanding 4 seasons for Peyton, the shortstop for the Jaguars. She watches that pitch outside. It's now 2-0. And what a run it's been for Coach Brett Delaney.
Just been a great, stretch of years here now with Coach Delaney. You just mentioned it, third place, second place, state championship last year. The state tournament's becoming a second home.
Drefke watches that pitch outside. It's now 3-0. So Jaguars, all this production has come with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And now they want a little discussion between the umpires. Not sure what this is about. Now they want to talk to Coach Brett Delaney. I'm not sure what they want to...
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It's just kind of, after a couple pitches, then you start to have a conversation.
So we'll see what he's discussing. He's going to talk to his first base coach. So I'm going to see if we can listen in to see what's going on out here. Now they send Delaney to the dugout. Oh, there's some sort of cheering that's coming from the Jaguar dugout that the umpire didn't like. Okay, that's the he had to go to the dugout and talk, and then Drefke gets plunked after the talk about the cheering from the dugout. So apparently they didn't like the cheering that was coming from the Jaguar dugout, and Coach Delaney had to go tell the Jaguars to quiet down. That's new. We've got a new umpiring crew tonight that has not seen the Jaguars all year, and we have never seen the Jaguars get warned for anything coming from the dugout, and it comes right at the beginning of this game.
Something new every day, right? But that's all right.
Sandholm watches that first pitch with runners on first and second. That's Lathrop out at second. And Peyton Drefke rubbing her back a little bit right now quickly as everyone looks away at first. 0-1 to Sandholm, and she gets hit. 2 hit batters in a row, and Sandholm will get a courtesy runner for her, and bases loaded for Mary Brantley.
Sandholm hit by the pitch.
2 extra base hits, and then 2 batters hit by pitch. That's a different sequence.
Well, it's interesting that they both came after the dugout was warned for their cheering.
Right. Yeah. You're always curious. I mean, there's a lot of passion by teams, players, what's being said, or something gets misconstrued or whatever, heard the wrong way. So you just try to be positive, get teammates on.
Bases loaded for Mary Brantley. Addie Pollock checks in with our first Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution of the evening, as Mary Brantley, the junior, steps up to the plate right now with bases loaded and 2 outs. She is batting a biscuit under 300 this year.
That was a 1989 McDonald's Happy Meal. 1999.
Brantley watches the first pitch drop down across the outside corner for strike 1. So that's where Price has tried to nail these Jaguars, on that outside corner. Bases full of Jags right now for Brantley. Brantley swings at that one. That's a pop-up on the infield called over there by Briley Danielson, and she makes the play. So the Jaguars score 2 but leave 3 here in the bottom of the first. They lead 2-0 off 3 hits and no Marshalltown errors. We go to the top of the second here. Postseason softball on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Top of the second here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Lauren Sandholm with 3 strikeouts in the first inning.
Third baseman,
Briley Danielson, the third baseman, first batter up here. Danielson batting .314 on the season. Sandholm continues her streak of getting ahead of batters. And it's not like she's throwing meatballs to these hitters right now either.
No, she's just doing a lot of good selective spot hitting right now with her pitches.
There's another one.
And we'll continue to want to do so, though, as the tournament goes on. You get further in the tournament, you're going to face a lot of difficult hitters, and you just got to be very good with your pitching in your spots. Briley
Danielson strikes out swinging for the 4th strikeout of the night. She was all the way in the back of the box, and then Sandholm threw her a drop ball.
Got her off guard. Yep, start shooting back, and then all of a sudden the ball's way up in front of you, and you're just
now hitting the left fielder, number 22,
Kennedy Feldman, the left fielder, steps up next. She's batting .295 on the year. First pitch a little bit low from Sandholm. All the Jags looking like they're getting baked in this sun right now. It's about 92 degrees. And a little bit of a breeze, though, blowing out of the south, so it feels like a furnace outside, but we keep it at 64 degrees in the press box. There's a swing and a miss from Feldman. Jaguars sent 8 batters up in that first inning.
start by the Jaguars, both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. Just kind of, like you say, kind of get that initial nerves out of the way.
That ball's fouled off. Waukee leading Dowling 2-0 after one there. Excuse me, 1-0, Waukee ahead. I'm on a text thread that then included our score after that. So I got 1-0, then 2-0, and had to realize who it was coming from.
Brings up number 25, the designated player, Bella Avis.
Sandholm now, 5 strikeouts of the 5 outs. There's a strike as well. This is Bella Avis. She asked for time. Sandholm's cooking right now, and Coach Jason Bowers wants to have a little conversation, maybe throw her out of her rhythm last night. Boy, we had the baseball team last night. Sean Stewart, we were timing it, 6 seconds between pitches. He caught it with his feet set on the rubber. Marshalltown was in the box, and he paused and was immediately up into 15 batters up, 15 batters down. A perfect game for Sean Stewart as the Jaguars were cooking. And another strikeout for Sandholm. 6 up, 6 outs, and Sandholm has struck out 6 of them. We head to the Jaguars half with Vallejo and back to the top of the order here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
With U.S. Cellular Prepaid, you're always connected to the people who matter most. Even in the most hard-to-reach places. Get nationwide 5G coverage. And now, get 2 lines of unlimited data for just $60 a month. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
McKenna Vallejo leading things off for the Jaguars here. As she shows bunt. 4 strike 1. Carson Price got the first 2 out of the innings, and then the Jaguars followed up with 3 consecutive extra base hits and scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Vallejo tries to pop that one up over the charging Briley Danielson and fouls it off. 0-2 the count right now to McKenna. Huge crowd on hand here tonight for Ankeny Centennial. Marshalltown even brought several fans down the diagonal. Little off-speed pitch there to Vallejo makes the count 1-2. Always fun to see all the alums that come out to watch the games here. See several parents of players from the past. They take just as much pride in this program, as you know, as so many others do. As Vallejo chops that one over to third. Danielson picks up, but Vallejo is down to first. So quick, Danielson. And the ball gets thrown out into left field. Vallejo standing on first as the ball's out into left field. Now she goes, and Vallejo's going to be tagged out. They recognized it way too late. The ball was sitting out in left field, and she was talking to the first base coach, and Vallejo is thrown out.
It's just second base. I guess you could call it communication awareness mistake there on the Jaguars' part. Just the ball is always in play until it's not in play. You just got to be ready for that sort of thing, and it does happen every once in a while.
Yep, she had beat the throw out and then was stopping talking, and Delaney was trying to get her attention to go to second, and by the time she realized it was too late. Starr chops that one up the middle. Sandvig shows some range and can't quite get it. Addie Starr on base with a single.
Just as you said a moment ago, Addie was going to be back up there soon, and there she goes and gets herself on base.
See Addie Starr down at first base with Coach Ashley Allen. Tori Bennett, Franny Burnett, and Sammy Miller also help coach the Jaguars. And now Cora Boyle will be up for the Jags. Boyle, her first at bat, grounded out over to shortstop. Boyle hacks that one right through. The Jags were showing hit and run, and that was placed just perfectly by Cora Boyle as they had Sandvik breaking towards second base.
Yeah, they got her out of position when Addie started taking off there on the pitch, and hole became a little bit bigger there for Cora, but she placed it beautifully right between short and third and gets herself on base.
Jordan Kennedy, who had a double in her first at-bat, steps up to the plate. Jaguars could be in some business here right now, looking to put up a crooked number here in the bottom of the second. Kennedy, patient there in the box. First pitch is on the inside corner as Price went in on her hands. And it's 0-1 to Jordan. Jags have just kind of picked their spots. They have 6 hits through 1 1/3 innings. That ball's upstairs on Kennedy. Addie Starr on second, Cora Boyle on first. I want to be sure and thank tonight the Ankeny Girls Softball Association for their support of getting this on, and I'll talk a little bit more about them after this pitch from Jordan Kennedy. Or to Jordan Kennedy, and that's in the dirt. But the Ankeny Girls Softball Association, who's been around forever, you've been a part of it as well. They are making sure that we get both this game and the Ankeny game on against Waterloo West tonight and next week. And there's fees and there's stuff, broadcast rights that come with postseason games, and they've been awesome to get on there. As Kennedy hacks that one out into left center field, sayonara! Jordan Kennedy puts that out into Delaney Cove for her 10th home run of the year.
Looking for 12 for Jordan Kennedy. Nice hit. Just sat back. She was patient, waited for the right pitch, and she got it.
Just absolutely crushed that out into Delaney's Cove. And that was a nice piece of hitting from Jordan Kennedy. And now they follow it up with Maddie Ott. Jags cooking here right now. Wanted that crooked number, and they certainly got it already in this inning. Maddie Ott laces that one out into center field, and it goes right into the glove of Gianna Bowney. Just had to take a step to her left.
Out to Bowney in center field for the
and just mention that'll bring up Jess Lathrop, who was part of that rally in the first inning. Jags starting to hit some balls pretty square right now against Price. Lathrop watches that pitch just outside. Hot one here tonight.
It's a toasty day. I mowed the yard early this morning.
You're a better man than me, because I did not. And with what Steve Nolte's done in my yard, with it being just growing all the time, it needs it bad right now. And I'm not feeling it right now to go out and mow that thing this week. I'll wait till like Tuesday when it cools off a little bit. It'll look like a jungle, but that's all right. Well, my neighbors will tough it out. 2-0 right now, the count to Lathrop. Lathrop pops that one up into right field, and Munt takes a step back and fields a play out in right and gets the out. Number 3, the Jaguars put 4 more hits on the board and 3 more runs. They lead 5-0 as we go to the top of the third here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, you also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones!
Ava Kusero fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Sandholm has got ahead of every batter she has faced, 8 batters through the order so far. We were told the first 10 dads wearing a Jaguar shirt out to center field beyond the bleachers get a free taco tonight. That's they have all the fixings. They have a plate. You can see it from here right now. They are out there. We'll talk to our camera people to get a shot out there at some point, and they are eating them up out there. A bunch of dads out there, and they want to invite all the dads out there eventually as well.
It's love to see it. Great support by all the families here with the Jaguars. It's just been a tradition over the years, and just continues.
Aubrey Munt steps up to the plate. Sandholm, her 7th strikeout of 7 outs tonight. They pop up the bunt, and they make sure that she does not strike out everybody as Foster catches that one.
Yeah, lost the perfect strikeout game, right?
Munt pops up to Foster for the 2nd out. We go back to the top of the order for Marshalltown, and number 1, Gianna Bowney.
And back to Gianna Bowney. Bowney struck out in her first at-bat. The only Kate Sandvik walked, and that's the only non-strikeout as Bowney goes in off the hands and somehow goes opposite field with that.
There's a couple people going out to get tacos right now.
I think so. Heading that direction. People stopping by out there. Yep. It is, yeah. That shirt looks like it might have some red in it as well. Dan Vallejo out there hosting that tailgate. He is up there. He's being a gracious host. I can see him out there. He's moving around, making sure everybody gets their fill. Look at that. Classic. 1-2 right now, the count to Gianna Bowney. Waukee ahead of Dowling 3-0 after 2. Of course, the winner of this will play the winner of that game on Tuesday night with a trip to Marshalltown on the line. And that pitch from Sandholm just misses. Here's the 2-2. Outside corner. Sandholm gets Bowney swinging for strikeout number 8.
Now swinging for the final out of the top of the 3rd.
And that's the end of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Jaguars bats are heating up. Back with the Jaguars hitting right after this on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Back here with a special thanks to Anne-Marie Gerke from Farm Bureau Financial Services for helping us get our postseason broadcasts on the air. Anne-Marie, a huge supporter of all Jaguar and Ankeny athletics, with her office over off of Delaware. Very nice team they've got put together over at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Peyton Drefke leading things off for the Jaguars. First pitch way outside to her. Drefke got hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. Made her way down to first base and was stranded there. And there, Drefke gets a hold of that one, and that's the single, leadoff single for Drefke.
Yeah, the back must be all right after getting hit by the pitch earlier. That was a good swing there by Morgan. No, I'm sorry.
Just got done talking about your niece, Morgan, and got her on the brain.
Yep, sorry. Apologize, Peyton.
You got a couple nieces down there playing for Ankeny right now, so a little eye towards that game going on as well. A couple speedsters.
Yes, very quick.
Lauren Sandholm steps up to the Lauren pops it through, and they decided just to throw to first as Drefke was coming into second base, and they never did touch second. Sandvik might have been able to turn 2, but just threw over to pick Sandholm off of first.
Yeah, she settled for the out at first. I thought maybe the same thing. Thought she was going to turn 2 there. It looked like it was setting up just right for
now
her.
hitting number 19, the left fielder, Mary Brantley.
Brantley steps up, and she gets hit by pitch. Third hit batsman tonight.
Mary Brantley hit by the pitch. Runners at first and second. Now hitting number 14.
And that'll bring up McKenna Vallejo. Vallejo shows bunt and misses there. Jaguars might have had a chance to get to some bases. Getting that rotation going from the defense from Marshalltown.
Yeah, they had everybody really moving there when Vallejo showed the bunt.
Vallejo shows bunt again, misses it, but Drefke's in safe to third, and Brantley safe to second on the double steal.
Same effectiveness. Now see if she can put the ball in play here and push a run across.
So Vallejo now with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Pitch is way outside, makes the count 1-2. Vallejo fouls that one off. Get a view of the dads eating their tacos out there in center field. Look at that. What a night. Living their best life, watching their daughters play softball and eating tacos. What a great, great view there. Thanks to our camera people out there running things tonight. Jess out there doing the camera work. Vallejo pops that thing over left field. Perfectly placed for Vallejo. Drefke's going to score now with runners on second and third, and Vallejo is safe at second. She placed that perfectly.
Yes, she did. She just did a great job putting that ball just over Sandvik at short and gets herself the RBI and moves over to second base in the process.
Vallejo takes second.
Vallejo 2 for 2.
Now hitting the leadoff.
Back to the top of the order
12, Addie Starr.
with Addie Starr. Starr grounds that up the middle. It's going to get away momentarily from Sandvik, and she can't haul it in. We'll wait for the official call on hit or error. And that is going to be the first charged error to Marshalltown here tonight.
Shortstop.
Another run comes across for the Jags.
Brantley and moves Vallejo up to third base.
And we've got a pinch runner now for Addie Starr. Looks like Lauren Bartine in our Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. Bartine will check in to run.
23, Lauren Bartine will be running at first base for Addie Starr.
And runners in the corners now for the Jaguars. Bartine over at first and Vallejo at third for Cora Boyle. Boyle 1 for 2 on the evening. Jaguars in good shape right now to really put this game out of reach as Boyle watches that upstairs, and they said Bartine left early for the out. Okay.
Okay, well, I was watching that because I was expecting her to take off just because of the situation, but I didn't have that call.
So just like that, that changes things a little bit as the Jaguars were looking to pop up a couple other big numbers here. Boyle watches that upstairs. It's now 2-0 to her. Vallejo still on third. And that is low and away. 3-0 the count. Now it says 2. Oh, there's a dead no pitch on that first pitch because she left early. So the count is now 2-0. There we go. Didn't get that on our scorebook. And Boyle watches that away. Vallejo going to come home, and she is safe at home. And Boyle went down to first, but they're going to call her back. It should be 3-0 right now because of the no pitch on the first one. So it doesn't change the fact that another run came across, and the Jaguars are now up 8-0 off 9 hits. But Boyle will come back to hit on a 3-0 count. Ankeny leading Waterloo West right now in the bottom of the third. They lead 3-0. Abby Rusher pitching a very nice game tonight for the Hawkettes. She struck out 3 and just given up 1 hit in those 3 innings. And it looked like Boyle just got hit on a 3-0 count. And that'll bring back up Jordan Kennedy.
Boyle reaches first on the hit by pitch. Now hitting number 20.
That is now 5 hit batters. 4. That is 4 hit batters for Carson Price. And Kennedy takes one in some chin music there as well, with Boyle down at first. Don't forget to stick around after the game for our West 40 Market post-game show. We'll have Coach Brett Delaney up here to talk a little bit about the game tonight and what this playoff run could look like as Kennedy watches that pitch to make it now 2-0. As Kennedy pops that one up to right field, and it's caught out there by Aubrey Munt. And we head to the top of the 4th. Jaguars on top 8-0 here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
With U.S. Cellular Prepaid, you're always connected to the people who matter most. Even in the most hard-to-reach places. Get nationwide 5G coverage. And now, get 2 lines of unlimited data for just $60 a month. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Yep. All right, let's go. Let's get that 12-0 here. Actually, let's get to. Here we go, back with the action here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire, as Lauren Sandholm still in the circle for the Jaguars. 3 innings of no-hit ball, and if she continues to do that, this will be the last time that she sees Kate Sandvik tonight. Sandvik, the only base runner to reach so far, and she reached on a walk for Marshalltown back in the 1st. So Sandvik, the very talented freshman, batting .412 on the year. Sandholm goes in on her hands right away, and she fouls it off.
Good aggressive cut there by Sandvik. She just gets up there and looks to take a rip at it, though. I like the move.
It jacked up her hip a little bit. She was holding that a little bit after that swing. 0-1 the count right now to Sandvik. Fouls that one off. And now 0-2 to Sandvik. Fouled off the netting support. Gave us a little dramatic thunk. Nice little ring to that. Let's see what pitch with that. Back in the day, I would have been able to pick that pitch out, but I've been not as up with my music here lately. As Sandholm, nearly in the shadows, throws a pitch to the inside, and that's back to Vallejo in right field. Gets spun around. He goes over her head for the first hit of the night, and is a double for Kate Sandvik.
Yeah, Sandvik just stayed with that one, drove it deep out there into right field over the head of Vallejo. And here she finds herself on second base.
Good piece of hitting there by Sandvik, because Sandholm was trying to get it in on her hands that way, and she got the barrel on it and put it all the way back to the fence in right field.
Yeah, it's great. Nice swing.
The Jaguars going to come together here on the infield and discuss how to handle Sandvik now at second base, with Emma Stupp and her 10 home runs stepping up to the plate. As they discuss things a little bit there, and we continue on.
Probably with the situation, there's not going to be a whole lot other than somebody just trying to hit, I would imagine, being the number 3 hitter, and also just the score itself. They're probably, Marshalltown's looking for some hits.
First pitch to Stupp, fouled off. Again, Sandholm working ahead. I think she's been ahead of every one of the 12 batters that she's faced tonight.
I agree. I don't remember her being behind in the count actually on any batter yet tonight.
That's on the outside corner. That was the same pitch that struck out Stupp in the first inning. Boy, looking out there, it's a huge crowd of Jaguars here tonight. It's a hot night. It ain't the best out. We got Summerfest going on down in the district. They're our presenting sponsor, and that just barely missed on the outside. That pitch has been there a few times tonight, and it's now 1-2. But we got always just great support from the Jaguar faithful, and everybody will be heading down to Summerfest after the game. We did not get our third inning home run tonight, so no $5 pizzas at the cabaret after the game. Don't think I wasn't thinking about that, but Saturday night actually I've got an 8 o'clock 8U softball game tomorrow morning, so we'll be getting up early and heading over to Grimes. 1-2 the count right now, and Stupp wants to step out. Blake Cruikshank, Nate Lindgren, the Centennial assistant and head athletic director, are here tonight watching as Stupp gets around on that one and crushes it out of the stadium. Foul.
Got way out in front of that one. Got a good piece of the bat on that. Hopefully we can find a little different pitch on the next one here.
Went in on the hands there, and we'll see what Sandholm elects to do here on the 1-2. So there's a fastball and froze Stupp as she threw it on the outside corner. Stupp for the second time looking tonight goes down, and that's now 9 strikeouts for Sandholm.
Just a great piece of pitching there by Lauren Sandholm. Went back to that spot that she hit earlier in the count and got the call for the strikeout.
And that'll bring up Lainey Danielson, the second baseman, who struck out her first at-bat, and she showed bunt, and Sandholm threw it at her face, and she had to get defensive and foul it off. Good reaction there from Lauren. Now the 0-1. Sandvik on second for Marshalltown. Swing and a miss. Sandholm pushes it right by Lainey Danielson, the older of the two Danielson sisters here. Lainey and Briley. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled off into the netting.
I imagine it has to be enjoyable, though, a pair of sisters being able to share the field together like that. And get to do it again next year.
Yeah.
As Lainey's only a junior.
We've seen the Star sisters for Centennial a couple times out there this year. We'll likely have multiple Sandholms next year and for several years out of, as there's 4 of them, and they go all the way down into 6th grade right now. So
yeah,
they will be you'll hear a lot of that Sandholm name over the next several years here up on the north side of Ankeny. There's a rise ball from Lauren. That strikes out Danielson. Double-digit strikeouts now for Sandholm here tonight.
Lainey Danielson goes down swinging for the second out. The Bobcats in.
I haven't said it enough. Just really enjoy seeing the way she's moving the pitches around the zone, hitting spots up and down, changing the speeds a little bit.
As Briley Danielson's cue balls that one out down the first baseline. Foul. It was still spinning by the time Jordan Kennedy got to it. A lot of English on that one. 0-1 the count again. Sandholm ahead in the count. And it's not like she's throwing these fastballs down the middle right now.
No, she's painting the corners on both sides of the plate, and it's just very effective against Marshalltown batters right now.
That pitch just downstairs evens up the count at 1 apiece. Waterloo West threatening right now in the top of the 4th with runners on second and third and 1 out, with Ankeny leading 3-0. That game going down on the south side of town tonight, just across down the road there from Summerfest, so probably can hear the music. 1-2 the count. There's a strike 3 and 11 strikeouts now for Sandholm. Jaguars will go to work in the bottom of the 4th here. Postseason softball on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Welcome back here. Jaguars leading 8-0 as we check scores from around especially the CIML tonight. And again, we've got Waukee leading Dowling. That's the one everybody's interested in right now, as the winner of this game will take on the winner of that game as Maddie Ott steps up to the plate.
Number 11, the center fielder, Maddie
Ott, 1 for 2 with a couple real solid contacts here tonight. Her first pitch is lined out into left center field, and it bounces to the bottom of the fence, and Ott will lead off with a double.
Ott just right away on the first pitch. Something actually we kind of talked about the other night. If you see a pitch right away, you know what, be aggressive and go after it. I didn't think the Jaguars were doing that as much the other night, and then Maddie just did what we were talking about.
And that'll bring up Jess Lathrop, the designated player for the Jaguars, as I get another notice of the heat advisory that we're currently going through right now. Till tomorrow night at 8 is what they say. We might have to go through Monday. That might get extended. I start football camp Monday morning, so we'll hopefully cool off a little bit then.
Got to be football camp season when it gets to be 95 and humid.
Humid, yeah. Fun stuff. Lathrop goes opposite there, and it's knocked down and picked up by Stupp as she steps on the base, but Ott advances. And with a runner on third, that'll bring up Peyton Drefke, who was hit by a pitch and got a single.
To third base, and with 1 out, now hitting number 3, the shortstop, Peyton Drefke.
Drefke watches that first pitch upstairs. So Drefke right now, if she represents a pretty important run, if she can score right now and the Jaguars hold in the 5th, this game will be over. Went through a 58-minute baseball game last night. That followed up an hour 12-minute baseball game that I did earlier this week. So some fast games.
That's amazing.
Just crazy. Jaguars with some outstanding pitching on the baseball side, as Drefke pops that one up over to Danielson at second, and she makes the play for out number 2. And now we've got a pinch hitting situation as Ellie Lorenz will step in to hit for Lauren Sandholm. Lorenz, senior, stepping into the game. She's got power to knock one of them out of here.
Ellie Lorenz.
She's got Maddie Ott, who led off the inning with a double, right now sitting on third with 2 outs. Carson Price in the circle tonight has given up 10 hits for Marshalltown. As the first pitch to Lorenz is outside for ball 1. Our Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution as Lorenz watching that second pitch upstairs for ball 2.
Good patience there by Lorenz. We know she's got the power. Just be patient. Find your pitch. She's into a good count now. See what she can do with one.
Waterloo West got 2 runs there in the 4th. It's 3-2 Ankeny right now as Lorenz crushes that one, and that's going to drift just foul over the fence, but just foul there for Ellie Lorenz.
Way to be aggressive there. Found her pitch. Just got a little too far in front of it, but she's okay. She's still sitting in a good count here, so just, like I said, be patient here, Ellie. Find the one that's yours.
That one goes over Ellie's head, and it's now 3-1, and this is a great situation for Ellie to be in. There's a 3-1. Ellie laces that one into the power alley. That's going to score Ott, and Ellie Lorenz is on board with a single.
Nice job there, Ellie. Good hit. Good piece of work up at the plate, being patient, find the pitch to drive, gets herself on base.
Knocks in Maddie Ott with the 9th run of the ball game for Centennial.
And now there's going to be, it'd have to be a substitution right now for Lorenz. We'll see how they work this right now, because she was in for the pitcher, and that is going to be Tatum Spiegel that checks in for her. Still leaving in play Sandholm's return. And that'll bring up Mary Brantley. Brantley 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Brantley watches that one upstairs. One 1-0 the count right now to Brantley. Brantley hacks that one out into center field, and underneath it is Bounty, and she makes the play for out number 3.
Brantley flies to the center fielder, Gianna Bounty, for the final out of the bottom of the 4th for Centennial. But they do come up with 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Welcome back here to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. The top of the 5th, with the Jags on top 9-0. Lauren Sandholm stays in the circle right now as she is working on 11 strikeouts.
She's having a great performance tonight there by Lauren out there on the mound. Good control all the way around.
Corey Linscomb in at left field right now, out there playing for Brantley. And I'm not sure it's going to matter much who's in the outfield right now, the way that Sandholm has been pitching.
Been very strong, that's for sure.
0-1 count right now, and now 0-2. Foster lets up right before she gets to the wall, and that's a business decision and a smart one at that for Foster. Feldman up right now, down in the count 0-2, but she struck out in her first at-bat tonight.
Be careful over there, McKenna.
Yeah.
We got rid of a lot of those posts, but that wall's still pretty strong.
0-2 the count right now to Feldman. And the rise ball knocks her out for strike 3.
I think a big question right now is, does the taco bar out there do DoorDash?
Number 25.
I'm looking. I see it looks like they're still standing around the table out there. As it's now 0-1 to Kusaro. And now 0-2 to Kusaro. And that's another strikeout for Sandholm. 13. Baker's dozen.
Hawks are in business over there on the south side, I see.
Got Cash Von Bali calling that game here tonight. And the Hawks with bases loaded right now in the bottom of the 4th and just 1 out. There's a little bunt, and that's picked up by Kennedy and thrown over to first base to Boyle covering. Jaguars 1 run away from ending this game and moving on to the sub-state final here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Welcome back. Looks like the Jaguars are going to have Lily Bauk pinch hit for McKenna Vallejo here to start off the bottom of the 5th. The Jaguars have had a lot of players play tonight. A lot of players get in the game. Lily Bauk, a senior, had a great memorable night on senior night with a hit and a sliding catch out in right field. As she will step up to the plate. Jaguars getting 1 run from ending it with a mercy rule.
Coach Delaney getting all his changes in.
Yep. Getting everybody. There is a new pitcher for Marshalltown. I'm guessing they're going to have. Let's see here. We're going to have Briley Danielson in to pitch now.
No? Oh, it's Price still.
It is Price. Oh, it is a lefty.
Price.
Okay,
Yeah,
it is. Okay, no change. That is Price.
Yeah, she was.
Looked like they switched things as Bauk grounds that over to third base, gloved over there on the third base side by Danielson, and she throws it out for out number 1. Back to the top of the order with the Jaguars. Hey, something special going on tomorrow. Ankeny Little League has an opening ceremony tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and Joey Oki, the Jaguar that's expected to get drafted on Sunday, will be throwing out the first pitch, and that is a huge regional tournament, 13 and under, and the winner moves on to the Little League World Series. That's going on right here in Ankeny, so go check that out as Addie Starr holds on that pitch. She wanted it. Here we mentioned AGSA earlier. That was something when I talked to Coach Jason Bowers. He talked about the importance of getting that Marshalltown youth program up, and that's what AGSA has been so good about. As Hawkettes leading now 4-2. Is that it? Oh, they only got 1 run out of the bases loaded.
Yeah, they just got 1 run on that bases loaded there.
But just so important. Waukee leading Dowling right now 7-1 at the end of the 3rd. So looking more and more like the Jaguars will be taking on the Warriors as Starr watches that one in the dirt to make the count 2-1.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Andy, that AGSA program has just been so big over the last, oh my gosh, 10, 12, 15 years now. It's been a while. So, I mean, it's probably been longer than that. I know, but it's been huge in the community.
Starr pops that one up in the infield and coming over to make the play and actually knocked it into fair, but it was foul there when Kusero tried to catch it. That's one that you probably want to leave it up to Danielson coming in from third. So Starr with new life here at 2-2. Starr laces that one foul down the right field line.
Yeah, that catch a moment ago by Kusero got a little too far down into her body, almost down to the waist by the time she got a glove on it. Just, it's hard angle for a catcher.
Yeah, very much so. As the ball was just kind of drifting over there towards the third base side. As Starr steps up once again now on a 2-2 count. Watches that one upstairs. Addie Starr currently representing the winning walk-off run for the Jaguars if she can get on and score. Guessing we will not. She's already been sub for, so she can't come back out again unless she's done for the night. Here's the full count pitch. Starr puts that one up the middle, and another hit for Addie Starr. Now 2 for 4 on the night. And I think he is going to put a substitution in for her. So Starr's night will be done. No, she is not. It is signaling the next Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution, Avery McGaffin checking in to hit, the lefty. That's what Coach Delaney was talking about. Joey Oki's opening pitch tomorrow is at Prairie Ridge. That's where that Little League tournament will be held, so on the baseball side. He'll be signing baseballs after that as well, so you can go out and see a future major leaguer.
Could be a valuable signature.
Yeah, it could, for sure. They had a poster signing night earlier this year, and they said the line of both kids and adults to get stuff signed by Oki was very long behind us here at the baseball field. 0-1 the count right now to McGaffin. That pitch is in the dirt. Evens up the count. Can't remember if I mentioned that Waukee is ahead 7-1 right now in the 3rd. Ankeny leading 4-2. And a 1-1 count to McGaffin upstairs. Three-man umpiring crew tonight here in the postseason, so you make sure that everything's triangulated and no calls are missed, and they've done a nice job here tonight. 2-1. That pitch is outside. Crew, I didn't catch all the towns, but they are from way up in northeast Iowa. There's, I believe, Riceville was one of the towns. These guys came from a long ways away to come down and ump this regional semifinal game tonight. And that pitch is in the dirt. McGaffin draws the walk. And that'll bring up Jordan Kennedy to try to end this thing.
McGaffin draws the one-out walk.
Good patient hitting there by McGaffin, and
Star moves up to
Jordan Kennedy can let us go home early tonight here with the base hit.
Addie Starr at second. Avery McGaffin at first, and that pitch is way outside to Jordan Kennedy. Again, don't forget to stick around for the post-game show afterwards. We'll have Coach Brett Delaney up here to chat after he talks with his team. Make sure to send us a message. Let us know where you're watching the game from here tonight. I know we've got a lot of people watching this one. I know we've got the Tomlinsons watching from the track tonight as they're announcing that. Caden Rodney always following along with everything that's going on here. They were calling our baseball last night over on the baseball side, father-son duo. Here's the 2-1 to Jordan, and she fouls that one off. No, she does not. The ball gets by, and the runners advance to third and second. Star to third, McGaffin to second.
Pass ball, and Star moves up to third, McGaffin up to second.
And they say the count is 2-2 right now that Kennedy went on that pitch. Looks like the old George W. sign that we're getting, or George H.W., I should say.
Right? Yeah.
Air quotes there. 2-2 the count to Kennedy. Kennedy lines that over to Briley Danielson and throws across the infield for the out, but the winning run comes in to score. That's it.
Yeah, I think they forgot the situation.
It's a walk-off hit. Yep, situation escape Marshalltown, and the Jaguars win 10-0 here.
Final run, 10-0, 10-run rule.
And they will move on to play likely Waukee, who leads right now 7-1 over Dowling. We'll take a quick break, gather up some stats, and be back with our West 40 Market postgame show here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, you also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Jaguars victorious on the mercy rule here tonight over Marshalltown. They win 10-0. And a nice view of everything going on as the fans depart, looking more and more likely that the Jaguars will take on Waukee as they lead Dowling 7-1. It has been a fun season, Fish, and now you can't take anything for granted at this stage of the year.
No, you can't. It's just you take one game at a time, and Jaguars took care of business tonight. And you get ready for a improved Waukee team next week. I think since the first part of the season, they've definitely come on strong here. And it's Waukee. Waukee's always been good over the years. I know they're split into two different schools, but you got to be ready for their best effort come Tuesday night.
Tonight, the Jaguars get an outstanding performance from Lauren Sandholm in the circle. 13 strikeouts over a Marshalltown team that had the top of their order especially was very talented, and Sandholm struck out 13 in 5 innings. So out of the 15 outs, she got 13 strikeouts. Yeah. Gave up just 2 base runners, 1 hit, and 1 walk, and both happen to be to the same player, Kate Sandvik, for Marshalltown, the very talented freshman there. But Jaguars really tonight, after those first 2 outs, after a couple ground outs, settled in against a little different pitching that you have from the lefty Carson Price from Marshalltown.
Yeah, it's a different look. Anytime you get a lefty on the mound, it's just a different look for the batters. But that's a good thing to have. Sometimes you run into those pitchers as you keep moving through the tournament, and you want to be ready for that when it comes. So, good job by the Jaguars tonight, taking care of the left-handed pitcher in Price.
Another score update here from Ankeny. They lead 4-2 right now. That's gone to the top of the 6th. So Aubrey Lensmeyer is in to try to close that one out for the Hawkettes. Again, they will play on Tuesday night as well to try to go to state if they were to win, likely against Southeast Polk. So we'll have that game on our sister network, the Ankeny Activities channel. That is, look forward to having that one as well. Cash Von Bali on the call if you want to tune in on that one, or stay here and watch our West 40 Market postgame show. And a couple of the stats tonight, Fish, I really thought Jordan Kennedy showed some very grown-up hitting, I thought, tonight against a pitcher that you could really, the speed could really make your eyes big, and Jordan really did a nice job of focusing in and just taking the ball where she could.
She did, and that's the improvement that probably her greatest improvement that we've seen from last year to this year is just how she's taking care of herself at the plate. She's not just a power hitter strictly. We're seeing her put the ball in play in both sides of the field, and it just makes her just that much more dangerous as they get into the tournament.
And also then, Maddie Ott steps up. She goes 2 for 3, and Peyton Drefke on base every time that she's up to bat. It was a good night at the McKenna Vallejo, 2 for 2 from that 9-hole spot. So just a really nice night all the way through. The Jaguars, where they have a dozen hits, 13 hits, I think it was on the night. So very, very good night all the way around for the Jaguars. We're going to work to get Coach Brett Delaney up here shortly, talk a little bit more about what is to come here for hopefully a long rest of the season. If they do it right, they'll play 4 more games. So we'll see how things work out. We'll take another break and be back with more here on the West 40 Market Postgame Show here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, you also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
Welcome back to the West 40 Market Post-Game Show. I'm joined with Centennial head coach Brett Delaney. And, Coach, we talked about in our pregame show tonight that at this stage of the year, all those things that may have gone wrong at the beginning of the year don't matter anymore. And tonight, a lot of things went right.
Yeah, it's just a one-game season from here on out. And we talked about that for the last week with the girls, is just find a way to get that first out, and then from there let everything else kind of happen and take that breath and just relax just a little bit. We were a little tight in warm-up, so just that one-game postseason, take every step. It is fortunate that you can get it.
Lauren Sanholm, outstanding in the circle tonight, and she worked ahead of batters. I don't know that there was a single batter that she didn't get up on 0-1.
Yeah, right when that first batter happened and when she got that strikeout, I knew it was going to be a good night. Their first 3 batters could swing it just a little bit, so we were excited to get that very first out, and then I think it took a little pressure off everybody else, and Lauren was grooving tonight.
Thought you showed some mature hitting tonight. A pitcher that a little unconventional. You don't see too many lefties and a lot of movement on her pitches, but you guys were patient and you were able to barrel up a lot of pitches.
Yeah, we had a good scouting report coming into the game, and the girls followed it, and they've been working on it the last couple of days of being just patient and taking that outside pitch when given to them, taking it to the right side, and we did barrel a lot of balls up. We had the first couple hitters squared up and just hit it right at their shortstop, and that's going to happen in the game of softball, but we were able to find a couple big hits, and then they just kept on coming.
You're going to move on and likely play Waukee, who you beat earlier in the year. Anything that you know about the Warriors? I know you've got some scouts there tonight watching that, and at this time of year, you don't take anything for granted.
No, it's just a one-game playoff, and they're going to bring the best, and we're going to bring the best, and we're fortunate that we don't have to get on a bus and go over to Waukee and play. They've got to come over here, and they'll bring the intensity. It'll probably be a big crowd. It'll be a fun atmosphere to be in.
Speaking of big crowds, you've had some huge support this year. Another gigantic crowd here tonight on the north side.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We have probably the best fans in the state, and they're coming out at all bars. I heard there was chairs sitting out in the outfield at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So
there was tacos in the outfield tonight during the game. Yeah, we had a bunch of dads at a taco buffet going on in the outfield tonight for a little in-game tailgate.
I heard a rumor of that last game, and I figured there was something out there this game. So no, we're just very fortunate for the support that we get from the community, and we're hopefully see everybody out Tuesday night.
How much has the experience of last year's run and the run that a lot of these seniors have been on over the last 4 years, how much has that helped as you prepare now to make another postseason run?
Earlier this week we had a quick rain delay chat and practice, and we went around, and we have about half of our dugout that's been in to Fort Dodge, and the other half that hasn't been to Fort Dodge in a dugout. So we just kind of talked about the postseason and where we're at right now, and it's just one game at a time, and just what it's going to be like. It's a different season. We had our first 40-game season. That's over. Now we're in just a one-game season here day by day. And so just get this experience under them was a good opportunity, and then Tuesday night will be another big one.
Jaguars win tonight 10-0 over Marshalltown. They'll move on to the sub-state final, like you mentioned, Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. That'll be right here on the north side. Huge crowd will be expected. Get here early for that one. It's always a huge atmosphere for that. Jaguars trying to make state for the 4th time in 5 years. So thank you, Coach Brett Delaney. Congratulations on another win for Kevin Fisher, Luke Silva, and our entire crew here tonight at Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. You just watched another Jaguar win. Let's all head now to the cabaret.
Thank you.